All right, y'all. The truth about Toyota maintenance. This is a conversation we definitely need to have. This is serious, y'all. Listen up. Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel, Texas Overland. My name is Jay, and let's take a little trail talk today. We need to have a serious conversation about maintenance, fluid changes, and all that good stuff on your off-road vehicle. How many of you guys have been to the dealership? You're just there to get your oil changed and your tires rotated, and they come back with this laundry list of suggestions, right? Things they want you to do, they think you should do. And you're like, man, these guys are just trying to take my money. They just want to get deep in my wallet. That's how I feel every time. But realistically, most of the suggestions are good ones and should probably be addressed at some point. Of course, depending on the mileage of your vehicle, you know, all these things need replaced. The best example, I think, here in the US is they say that your transmission is lifetime fluid. It is definitely not lifetime fluid, guys. Perfect example of this is the vehicle I drive now is a 2016 Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro. I purchased this vehicle about a year ago with 100,000 miles on it. And I did not buy it from a Toyota dealer. It was a trade-in. I was happy to find it. Pretty decent price and all that good stuff. But after about 15 to 20,000 miles, I did start getting a transmission shudder. So when it would shift, I think between second and third, and sometimes third and fourth, it would just shudder. And I was like, well, it was concerning, obviously. So I went down the rabbit hole, watched a lot of videos on why is it doing it, what's it doing, is it the transmission, is it the drivetrain, is it the U-joints? I just didn't know. So I started, researching it and figuring it out, and ended up doing what they call a drain and fill on the transmission. You don't really do a flush. You definitely don't want to do a flush. Your simple drain and fill, which doesn't really remove all of the fluid. It takes out about 3 quarts, and you go back in with 3 fresh quarts, and definitely use the transmission fluid that Toyota recommends. It's very important that you do that, the proper fluids. Once I did that, problem went away 100%. So I was really pleased with that. Didn't have to go in there, do any repairs or anything. But if I would have, I don't know, I would imagine a transmission is at the very minimum, $5,000 and up, from everything I've heard and read. So that's an important one. I'm going to do that again in another 15 to 20,000 just to stay on top of it, keep it fresh. The fluid was a little bit dirty. You could see that in the part that I drained. So that's important. Another thing that I think is super important, if you look at Japanese recommendations on fluid changes, they definitely do theirs every 5,000 miles, regardless. Some of them less than that. I think that's super important. If you want to get 500,000 miles out of your Toyota, I would highly recommend that. The dealer recommends every 10,000 now, and apparently that's just because Americans don't want the inconvenience of doing it every 5,000 miles. That's a silly reason to move it to 10,000. But if you do it every 5, your oil will stay fresh. It won't be too dirty when you do your changes. Do the filter at the same time. I think that's very important. And then you have all the other fluids. There's so many fluids. I'm working my way through them. I haven't done them all yet, but I plan to do them all eventually. So I already did my rear differential, my front differential. I lubed my U-joints, greased my U-joints. I did my transfer case fluid. So I'm trying to stay on top of it, trying to stay ahead of it. Because again, you purchased a pre-owned vehicle, right? Did the last person change anything ever? You don't know. They might have been like I used to be when I was younger and just drive the darn thing. It's a Toyota. You don't have to do anything. That's what everyone tells you, but you definitely need to change your fluids. So when I get up to the front of the vehicle under the hood, I still need to do my brake fluid, probably my power steering fluid. Definitely need to do a coolant flush, you know, with the cooling system and the radiator. I definitely need to do all that still, and it's on my short list of things to do. The hardest part about all of this, I'd say, is actually having the confidence to do these things. They're not that hard. They are intimidating, yes, but then once you do a deep dive and learn how to do it, watch a couple videos, it's really quite simple. So just don't be scared. Get in there and do it. There is a YouTuber, I believe it's T4R Garage. Dude is awesome. His videos are pretty short, to the point, a lot of great footage, great pictures and video to support the project you're doing, and he'll walk you through it step by step. And great channel. I'd go check him out. That's who I use when I really want to learn how to do something. He'll help you right out. It's a foggy day down here by the lake, out here in the Texas Hill Country today, but it's beautiful. So I said, let's do a little trail talk and talk about maintenance. If you take care of your rigs will take care of you. That's a fact. You know, we doctor these things up, we kit them out, we put all these accessories on them, and then most of us do, well, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but I feel like most of us just do what I'm doing now. I just love cruising down a trail, nice and chill. Not much of a rock crawler. I've done some rock crawling. I was fortunate enough to be a trail guide at Bronco Off Rodeo, Texas, last year. I did that for a while. A lot of fun, and those are quite capable vehicles. Don't know if I'd ever purchase one for my own. I'm a Toyota guy for obvious reasons. If you're watching this, you're probably a Toyota fanboy too. So I love them. I've been promising a walk around on my 4Runner. Haven't done it yet. It's obviously super filthy. It's always filthy. I need to clean it. I keep the interior spotless, but the exterior leaves a little bit to be desired. I just don't wash the exterior often enough. So let me get it cleaned up, and we'll do a walk around on that. As far as the maintenance items go, again, I would suggest running. I would suggest rotating your tires every 5,000 miles as well, and they will last a long, long time. I had a pair of BF Goodrich all-terrains on a Tacoma that I had, and I believe they might have been E-rated, which are kind of heavy for that size truck, but I literally got 100,000 miles out of that set of tires. Now granted, they were pretty worn by the time I replaced them, but 100K out of a set of tires is amazing. Right now I'm running the Yokohama Geolandar MTs. So far so good. They're a little noisy. The irony is I probably don't need a mud tire, but they just look so cool, I had to have them. So when these wear out eventually, maybe I'll switch back to an all-terrain. I'd have some Falken Wild Peak ATs on my wife's 4Runner. She has a 2019 TRD Off-Road, and those have been great tires. When I switch and drive her car, I feel like I'm driving a limousine. Her name's Tiffany, and we actually call it the Tiffazine because it rides way smoother and quieter than mine. So mine's the rough and tumble one. Hers is the let's go out on a nice date one. So I'm down here by the lake. It's foggy. We had some floods out here around the 4th of July. So there's a lot of debris down here, a lot of driftwood and stuff like that. But anyway, guys, I sure appreciate you taking a ride with me, listening to me ramble on. And here in a little while, I'll show you the rest of just a minute. I'll show you the pictures of some of my first vehicles that I've owned. They're pretty funny. I found this pile of old pictures, and yeah, some of those vehicles are are pretty embarrassing, really. My first vehicle was a 1966 MG Midget, and I thought to myself, I bought it for my parents, and I thought, man, this should not be your first car. It's tiny, and I mean tiny. If I parked it and left the top down anywhere, people would use it as a trash can. I'd show up at the end of the day, there'd be like an empty McDonald's bag in my car. I'm like, man, I know it's not very nice, but it's not a trash can, y'all. Come on now. Anyway, thanks again, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me, and man, we'll talk to you later. Try to keep some good videos coming your way. Y'all have a great day. Be safe. Take care of your rigs, and your rigs will take care of you. Peace.